Hey y'all, it's your girl Michaela Janae here, back with another video, and today I'm sharing with you guys the best makeup look I've ever done. I have one of my favorite models here again, my friend client Raylyn. So we're just gonna hop right into it. You already know what I'm doing. I try to stick to a same routine. One, so I can focus on speed, and two, consistency, and three, to realize that it's all in the techniques. Is not really about what I'm using or the brands, but also a lot of how I'm using it and the techniques I'm using. So I went in with my witch hazel, and then I went in with my moisturizer. I used the Pond's moisturizer, of course, that's my favorite moisturizer at the moment. And I went in with my rose water witch hazel. Right now I'm carving out her brows using my e.l.f. concealer. Everything will be in the description box below. As you can see, we did bleach and color her brows. Like, this is her new favorite thing. It's my new favorite thing. Like, I've done colored brows on myself, but I've never bleached it. I've always done it with makeup. So you guys know I'm into the colored brows, but just to see them bleached and to see her walking around with it all the time, it's pretty amazing. So right now I'm just blending out that concealer. I'm not going to set it yet because I want to focus on face, and I'm going to wait to get to that. So right now I'm using my orange color corrector by LA Girl Pro, that concealer, and I'm just going to basically color correct wherever I see dark spots. I'm just going to put that on, and then I'm going to blend it out with a small blending brush, and then I'm going to set it with my Airspun powder. Now, this is one of the major keys. In the first couple videos where I was doing people's makeup, I wasn't color correcting at all, and little did I know I needed to. Wherever there's a dark spot, you have to color correct. Otherwise, it's going to look hollow, and it's not going to look right when you cover it up with their color foundation, all type of stuff. Like, color correcting is so important, and it's one of the keys to a flawless foundation routine, along with moisturizing and primers, okay? I really don't think I used a primer. Like, I don't understand why I didn't, but to say it came out this flawless is crazy. But I don't remember using a primer. I just used moisturizer. So that goes to show it's all about the skincare routine. But if I was to use a primer, I would have used the e.l.f. Hydro Grip dupe. So if I used it, I used that, but I don't remember using it. But I love that primer. They actually came out with a new version of the Hydro Grip, so I definitely want to try that because I love that e.l.f. primer. So as I keep doing different models, I definitely want to try that. So right now I'm going in with Maybelline foundation. I really like Maybelline, and I really like the e.l.f. foundation. I'm probably going to get into more different shades, but so far I've just been mixing. You guys know I've been mixing. I don't have a lot of makeup clients at this time, so I'm not trying to invest too much, especially because I don't wear a lot of makeup myself. So I'm just making do, and so far it's been working. I've not have any clients where their face isn't matching their neck or anything like that. I've been color matching it pretty well. So right now I'm pretty sure I'm just using straight Maybelline, and I'm going to put, you know, the color of it in the description box. And I'm just using a brush, not a sponge, to blend that out. I've been seeing differences in a a sponge and a brush. I think I like a brush better for this, for first blending it out. You can go back in with a sponge to do some extra blending, but I like to do a brush first. Right now I'm using that same foundation color, and I'm just carving out her top of her eyebrows with a big flat brush. I really like this brush because it's like a paintbrush. I like to use this brush to also apply the foundation to the face. So right now I'm using the same exact brush to apply her concealer. Once again, this is e.l.f. If I sound nasally, it's because I just woke up, so forgive me. And I'm using a color that is like 2 shades lighter than her skin tone, and I'm applying that underneath the eye, on the nose, on the forehead, the chin area, above the lip, you know, all the normal places, but I'm not dragging it down too low. I'm creating like an angled line. I don't want the concealer to be all on her cheeks. That's not what I want. So now I'm going in with my contour stick, and I am using the Black Opal. Black Opal is one of my favorites. Like, it's like the perfect color. I use the same color on a lot of people, I guess because I've been doing the same skin tone basically, but I definitely want to get into some more skin tones. I do have a deeper one now. So right now I'm using a small brush to blend out that concealer. I like to start on the outer edges first and then go into the middle. That's how you make sure that it's well blended. And I like to use a small brush just to make sure I'm getting everything. So right now I'm just gonna blend that out, blend it, and then I'm going to blend the contour after that. And I've really been focusing on my blending. It's so important to blend a lot. Having a blended face is so important, because if she turns to the right or to the left and you see a line, it's like defeating the whole purpose of the makeup. It's supposed to give a skin finish, and that's what I got with this. So right now I'm taking like the foundation brush, I believe that is, and blending out that contour. As you can see, it's already looking good. Right now I'm using my powder to, you know, set her eyelids before I set the face. I'm also setting her brows. Now I'm going in with the brown eyeshadow palette out of my Juvia's Place palette. I think this is the Masquerade. Like, everyone loves using this brown, so I'm like, let me tap into this brown. It's like an orangey brown, and I'm putting this all over her lid because that's what I thought I only wanted to do. But then later we pick a shimmer shade to put. Like, she likes really simple eyeshadow looks, and it totally worked out. So right now I'm using my powder once again. I think this is the Morphe powder in banana, but I'm gonna check. And I'm just sweeping it in. I'm, you know, patting it into the face. I'm not trying to, like, not set it. I'm not trying to, like, I forgot what it's called. Now I'm doing that. So I swept it on there first, and now I'm letting it sit. Oh, I'm not trying to bake. That's what it's called. Now I'm baking. I want to make sure that the powder's on there, and I'm only baking certain areas because I don't want it to be too much powder. So now I'm going in with my Black Radiance contour palette and setting her contour and all that type of stuff. So now I am wiping off her bake, and I do have some face powder on the brush while doing that also. You see how good that looks? So now I'm going in with a blush palette from the Crayon Case, and I thought I went a little heavy on the blush, so I'm using my beauty blender to like blend that in. But as you're gonna see, it's gonna come all together in the end. Like, on her, heavy blush looks really good, and I think it turned out really well. Like, I loved the blush, and I think patting it in with that damp beauty blender, like, it was slightly damp, it really helped. It looked really good. Okay, so now I'm using a shimmer shade out of that same blush palette by the Crayon Case, and I wet it with my face spray, the Mario Badescu spray. I always use that to like wet my brush before going into shimmer shades, and I'm putting that on her lid, and I just blended that out with the same shade that I put all over her lid out of the Masquerade palette. So now I'm using my NYX liquid liner, and I'm just going to do a regular line. I'm not going to do a wing because we didn't think it was necessary for this look. And yes, and then I'm going to allow her to put on some mascara, and then I think we move on to lashes. So right now I'm using the ColourPop brown lip liner. This is one of my favorite lip liners. I brought it for myself, but then I realized, okay, this is not the right shade for me. I saw a lot of people with lighter skin tones using it, but it just wasn't dark enough for me. So I instantly knew that it was better for my clients. So then I used that and a clear gloss, and I love the shade that we came up with. To me, this was a nice monochromatic look. Like, look at that. Look at the orange tones. It went so well with the hair and the red brows.
Really?
Like,
Your
look at this. In the comments, I want you to let me know how you feel about this look. This is definitely hands down my favorite look I've ever done. I'm going to put some footage in the end of this video just of her styling and profiling. Like, look at this makeup look. I cannot find anything wrong with it. I loved it. It's just so beautiful. It's definitely my favorite. And then we went outside and took pictures, and the makeup held up. It looks phenomenal. I'm going to put some of those in the thumbnail, and I just want you guys to appreciate this for a second. Look at how far I've come. That's what this channel is about, showing growth and just showing the process. It's not about being perfect, it's about progressing, and that's what we do over here on this channel. I'm definitely gonna holla at y'all in my next video. Love y'all. Mwah.